Welcome back. It's time now to take a look at the top business stories. Emirates Steel posts nearly 18% increase in production for 2010. UAE investors more optimistic about market conditions. And Dubai Group to speed up debt restructuring. The GCC markets closed mainly positive, while the UAE bourses ended down. The DFM fell nearly 0.5% to close at 1,623 points. In the property sector, Arab Tech saw a loss, falling nearly 2.25%, while EMA properties fell by 1.5%. Dubai Islamic Bank rose by nearly 1%, while Emirates MBD dropped nearly 0.75%. Du reversed yesterday's strong gains, falling nearly 2% today. 87 million shares were traded, valued at 133 million dirhams. And over in the capital, the ADX fell over 0.25% to close at 2,666 points. Alta Properties lost 4.25%, and Suru Real Estate was down under 0.75%. Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank was up nearly 0.75%, and Dana Gas rose 1.25%. Etisalat fell by 0.5%. 101 million shares were traded, valued at 164 million dirhams. And now let's take a look at the GCC markets, which ended mostly higher today. Coming up now, let's take a look at various currencies exchanged into dirhams, followed by the price of oil, precious metals, and a selection of commodities. Emirates Steel posted a 17.5% increase of finished products production in 2010 compared to the same period 2009. Rebar production increased by 7.5%, wire rod output rose by over 65%, billet by 150%, and direct reduced iron rose by enormously 640%. The company's CEO, Gregor Munstermann, cites the construction sector as a primary consumer of its rebar and wire rod products and says they are working hard to eliminate bottlenecks in production. Company executives forecast construction projects to be the key driver supporting steel industry growth for the next 2 years, followed by oil and gas and other infrastructure projects. UAE investors are becoming increasingly optimistic about the markets here in the region. The latest UAE Investor Confidence Index, issued by investment house France Provident International, increased from 7 to 11 points during the last quarter of 2010. The rise in investors' attitudes was due to more stable markets, drawing an increased number of investors to the stock market, tighter market regulation by the country's financial watchdogs, as well as a pickup in global economic activity. Although the report reveals low-risk asset classes are still the most popular investments, there is a shift towards higher-yielding investments, such as bonds. Also, investors are increasingly seeking professional investment advice, according to the report. Investment company Dubai Group has set up 2 bank committees to help speed up its debt restructuring. The company, controlled by Dubai Holding, is looking to restructure around $6 billion in loans. Dubai Group appointed 8 banks to represent its creditors in 2 committees as it tries to speed up agreement on its restructuring plan. The committees were set up to streamline the process and bring the talks to a quicker conclusion. Up to 5 companies are expected to sell their shares to the public this year here in the UAE. That's according to Abdullah Al-Taraifi, CEO of the country's Securities and Commodities Authority. There are rumors that an insurance company may list in the first quarter of 2011. The SCA CEO said he hopes that more than one company will have its IPO within the next 3 months. This would mark a significant milestone in the revival of companies seeking funding via the stock market. IPO activity dried up completely in the past 2 years. Also, a new law allowing short selling, which is waiting for approval this year, could help revive the IPO market. And in our fast financial news, the Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry will host the first edition of the Sharjah Business Forum 2011 on February 27th and 28th. The event will be held under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed bin Sultan Al Qasimi, Crown Prince and Deputy Ruler of Sharjah, titled Complementary between the GCC markets and the business sector. Tamweel Home Finance introduced a new program to offer property loans with only a 4.99% interest. That makes the Islamic finance companies' rates the cheapest in the country. The new measure is a bid to tap back into the market after a static 2 years. Dubai Duty Free and the Dubai-based luxury hotel operator Jumeirah Group have signed an agreement to develop a 5-star hotel at the Aviation Club. The hotel will have 293 rooms, 2 restaurants, lounges and a spa and health club, and will cater to high-end business and leisure travelers. The Jumeirah Group is looking to open 6 more hotels this year around the world. And on the way after the break, we speak to Irfan Alam, telecoms analyst at Al Mal Capital, about the impact of the TRA's recent decision to allow only 2 telecom operators in the UAE.